Hello everyone and welcome to today's online class for class 12. Table is divided into three blocks. S block, P block and D and F block. This F block elements we already had studied in our class 11, and the P block element out of them, which comprises of group 13 elements to group 18 elements. Out of them, group 13 and 14 we have studied in our class 11, and the remaining we will be studying in this session also. Leaving these two blocks, there are another block which is known as D and A block, which comprises from group 3 to group 12 and also comprises 4 periods in them. The first period in the group in the D block element is known as the first transition series. The second period is known as the second transition series. The third period in the D block A block element is known as the third transition series, and the last one is known as the fourth transition series. We are going to discuss individual transition series, first, second and third individually in our coming classes. S block elements are those elements, the valence electron in which residing in a valence sharp shell which is of the S type. Like for lithium, the electronic configuration is 1:2s1. For sodium, the electronic configuration is 1:2, 2:2, 2p6, 3s1. As you can see, the last valence sharp shell is S for lithium also, and for sodium it is also S, and the last valence electron is residing in the S subshell. That's why lithium and sodium both belongs to the S block element. In similar manner, P block elements are those elements which having a valence sharp shell, P valence sharp shell, and the valence electron, the last valence electrons are residing in the P valence sharp shell also. Like carbon is a P block element because the electronic configuration of carbon follows 1s2, 2s2, 2p2. The last valence electrons are residing in the last valence sharp shell P. That's why carbon is P block element. In this similar manner, D block elements are those kinds of elements in which the last valence electrons are residing in the or occupying the D subshell, and F block elements are those elements, the last valence electrons are occupying the F subshells. Both of them comprising the D and A block elements. The first transition series is known as the 3D series because the last valence electron occupying 3D subshell. That's why the first series is comprising from group 2 to group 13. From left side to the right side in a period, but for our easier study we are going to study them from top to bottom. But try to remember, even if we are going to study them top to bottom, they are in periodic table residing from left to right in a period. The first elements in the transition series is scandium. The electron number in the scandium is 21, and the valence shell electronic configuration is 3d1 4s2. Now you can say that the last valence sharp shell in the 3D series is the 4s. Now 4s is already filled in the 3D series. The inner 3D is getting filled up in these three block elements. This is quite quite ambiguous from the previous from our previous electronic configuration studies, where only the last sharp shell was getting filled up by the electron when we are subsequently moving from one element to the other element. But in this 3D series, d block elements, the inner d electrons are getting, the inner d subshell is getting filled up, and the last valence subshell is already filled. The second element in the first transition series or the 3D transition series is after scandium is scandium titanium. The number of electron is 21 and the electronic configuration will be 3d2 4s2. After titanium, it is scandium titanium vanadium 23 3d3 4s2. Vanadium scandium titanium vanadium chromium 24 3d4 4s2. Scandium titanium vanadium chromium manganese 25 3d5 4s2. Scandium titanium vanadium chromium manganese iron 26 3d6 4s2. Scandium titanium vanadium chromium manganese iron cobalt 27 3d7 4s2. Scandium titanium vanadium chromium manganese iron cobalt nickel 28 3d8 4s2. Scandium titanium vanadium chromium manganese iron cobalt nickel copper 29 3d9 4s2. Scandium titanium vanadium chromium manganese iron cobalt nickel copper zinc 30 3d10 4s2. This is the electronic configuration for the 3D series or the first transition series, which is starting from scandium having 21 electron and ending at zinc having 30 electrons. The general electronic configuration will be as 3D 1 to 10 4s2. Starting from scandium to zinc, you only have to fill up this 3d1, 3d2, 3d4, 3d5 and so on. So you just need to memorize this scandium to zinc, this series, and the general electronic configuration, and by counting them you can just find out any electronic configuration from this series for any element from this series. In the 3D series, manganese is having electronic configuration 3d5 4s2. D comprises 5 sharp shell, therefore can occupy 10 electrons in total. In 3D, in manganese, 3D is having 5 electrons, that means half filled, and 4s is fully filled. Therefore, in manganese, the valence shell is having half filled, full filled stability. Chromium, just right above manganese, having the electronic configuration 3d4 and 4s2. This is the expected electronic configuration for chromium. But chromium rearranged its electronic configuration to have 3d5 4s1. One electron from 4s jumps back to the 3D series, making the 3d4 to 3d5 and 4s1. Thus, chromium can get the half fill stability and half fill stability for both the 3d and 4s orbital. Now, this is the exception that can be observed for chromium, where the expected electronic configuration from the series was 3d4 4s2, but in real the electronic configuration is found to be 3d5 4s1 for chromium. So chromium is having an exception in electronic configuration. The similar exception can also be observed for copper. Zinc, being the last element in this series, having the electronic configuration 3d10 4s1, fulfill orbital stability and fulfill orbital stability for both the 3d and 4s. Copper, being the ninth element just above the zinc, having the electronic configurations to have the electronic configuration 3d9 4s2. Copper also rearranges its electronic configuration, and one electron from 4s subshell jumps back to the 3d subshell, making the electronic configuration 3d10 4s1. Therefore, it gains and fulfills stability in 3d and half-fill stability in 4s orbital, making the electronic configuration for copper, the actual electronic configuration for copper, as 3d10 4s1. General electronic configuration is found to be 3d1 to 10 4s1 to 2. This is the general electronic configuration after the modification of the electronic configuration for chromium and copper is found to be 3d1 to 10 and 4s1 to 2. Now this is the electronic configuration when these elements are in their neutral form. When these elements are in their +2 oxidation state, the electronic configuration will be +2 electronic configuration for any elements can be found by using 2 electrons from their valence chain. Now +2 configuration for scandium, that is for scandium +2 will be if 2 valence electron is leaving from the neutral scandium atom. Now the valence orbital is 4s for all these elements. Therefore, the first electron that will be leaving is from the 4s. Now, 2 electron is needed to be left. Therefore, both the 2 electrons from the 4s will be leaving for scandium, and the electronic configuration will be 3d1. Similarly, for titanium in the neutral state, the electronic configuration is 3d2 4s2. Therefore, in titanium 2 plus, the electronic configuration will be 3d2. For vanadium 2 plus, the electronic configuration again will be 3d3 because 2 electrons from the 4s will be leaving. For chromium 2 plus, the electronic configuration will be 1 electron will leave from 4s and another electron will be leaving from 3d, making the electronic configuration 3d4. For manganese 2 plus, the electronic configuration will be 3d5. For iron 2 plus, the electronic configuration will be 3d6. For cobalt 2 plus, the electronic configuration is going to be 3d7. For nickel 2 plus, the electronic configuration will be 3d8. For copper, 1 electron again will be leaving from 4s and another electron will be leaving from 3d orbital, making the electronic configuration for copper 2 plus 3d9. For zinc, the electronic configuration will be Zn2 plus the 3d10. This is the electronic configuration when these elements are in their +2 oxidation state. These states are similar, the electronic configuration are similar in their respective position in the series. Like manganese is the 5th element in this 3D transition series. Therefore, the +2 oxidation state electronic configuration for the +2 oxidation state is having 3d5. This is the some amount of similarities that will be handy for us to memorize this electronic configuration, because all these property, chemical or physical properties of this transition series or D block, A block elements residing on their electronic configuration in their neutral state and in their charged state. Copper is residing in the first transition series, that is the 3D series, having the electronic configuration 3d10 4s1. Silver is residing in the same group as that of copper, right below copper, and gold is also residing right below silver in the same group as that of copper. Therefore, the electronic configuration for silver and gold will be same as that of the copper, only their valence shell number will increase by 1 from copper to silver, silver to gold. Therefore, the valence shell for copper is 3d4s, for silver it will be 4d5s, for gold it will be 5d6s, and the electronic configuration will be same for for silver it will be 4d10 5s1, for gold it will be 5d10 6s1. The +2 oxidation state of copper, that is copper 2 plus, will be 3d9. For silver 2 plus it will be 4d9. For gold 2 plus it will be 5d9. The similar concept can be applied for the 10th element in the first transition series, that is zinc, and right below zinc in the second transition series residing zinc, cadmium, and right below cadmium mercury is residing in the same group as that of zinc. The electronic configuration for zinc is 3d10 4s2. As cadmium and mercury is that of the same group of zinc, therefore their electronic configuration will be same, only their valence shell number will increase by 1 from zinc to cadmium, cadmium to mercury. Therefore, the valence shell for cadmium will be 4d5s, and for mercury it will be 5d6s, and the electronic configuration will be 5d10 4s2, and for mercury it will be 5d10 6s2. The +2 oxidation state for zinc therefore will be 3d10. For cadmium it will be cadmium 2 plus 4d10, and for mercury 2 plus 5d10. Now, in previous years, the basic definition for the d block elements were the elements which consist of unfilled d orbital, those elements were only considered to be a d block element. Now, if this definition is taken to be true, in that case, copper in its neutral form having a filled d orbital, as well as silver, gold, zinc, cadmium, mercury, all these elements that were supposed to be d block elements, by definition they should not be considered to be a d block elements. But it was found that copper, silver and gold do give the chemical and physical properties as that of the d block elements. Therefore, in the modified definition for the D block elements, the definition is saying that the elements in their neutral form and in their plus 2 oxidation state, if unfilled d orbital is present in those elements are known to be D block elements. Copper in its neutral form is having fulfilled 3d10 orbital, but in its plus 2 oxidation state is having 3d9 orbital, meaning half unfilled d orbital. Similarly, Ag2 plus in its silver in its plus 2 oxidation state is having unfilled d orbital, but in neutral state having a filled d orbital. Gold also in its neutral state is having fully filled d orbital, but in its plus 2 oxidation state is having an unfilled d orbital. Therefore, by the modified definition, copper is found to be is considered to be D block element, but zinc, cadmium and mercury in its neutral form and in their plus 2 oxidation state having a fully filled d orbital. That's why in modern modified definition of D block elements, zinc, cadmium and mercury are not considered to be D block elements.